What's up, guys? Welcome back for another video. It's that time to do some college football picks. We're going to be breaking down the Big Ten Conference today. We'll be using the Playoff Predictors website. That gives us a breakdown of every single team. Looking here on the left, one all the way through 18 teams in the Big Ten. We're going to predict their records week by week, all the way to the final week of the 2026 college football season. Hit the like button, subscribe channel, drop a comment below. Do you agree, disagree? Who do you think is going to make the playoffs? We'll know who's making the playoffs by the end of this video, guys. Let's not waste time. Let's jump into the way this website works. You can pick the week here. You can pick the conference. We're starting out with week 0. There's only one game that the Big Ten's playing in week 0. That's San Jose versus USC. Lincoln Riley, obviously Lemon, Lane, they're gone. Millender, they have a loaded running back room. This is a Lincoln Riley team. Their offense is going to be high flying. Jaden Mayava is back. You have Patterson coming over as the D coordinator. The guy's a Hall of Famer. He's going to work wonders, but they got to have some improvements this season. There's a lot of pressure on Lincoln Riley. Whether you agree with it or not, I think they step up to the bat. USC wins this one. Now we'll move on to week number 1. Here we go, Minnesota. They're going to get the win here. Rutgers versus UMass. This is a game, guys. Rutgers has to win this one. It's going to be a very tough Big Ten schedule for them. Cal versus UCLA. UCLA made some improvements over last season. They actually caught some fire second half, but Cal was 8-4 down the regular season. They can sling it around. Cal wins it. Nebraska wins versus Ohio. Nebraska. Can Nebraska ever get back to the true form? We're going to have to wait to see. Penn State, Matt Campbell coming over, basically bringing the entire Iowa State Cyclones team with him. They're going to win this one. Northwestern beats the Jackrabbits, although you never want to sleep on the Jackrabbits. They can upset some teams. Michigan wins. Ohio State wins versus Ball State. USC wins their second game by week 1. Boise State, think about when they had Gentry back then. They actually almost beat the Ducks. That was 2 seasons ago. Ducks, one of the favorite teams, not just make the playoffs, but potentially win the national championship this season. Dante Moore is back. They're loaded with a legit great offensive line, some new pieces coming in, great defense, top 10 overall roster. Ducks win. Illinois wins this one. Washington versus Washington State. Washington State's just not the same. Washington wins this one. Iowa wins, suffocating defense on their Kirk Ferentz every single season. Top 10. Their offense might be from 1920, but their defense is good. Michigan State wins. Purdue wins. Might be the only game Purdue wins. Maryland wins. Indiana beats North Texas. Not the North Texas team from last season. Basically, that entire season left. They're at Oklahoma State now. Wisconsin versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame, they're going to spank them. It is what it is. Let's move on to week 2, and you see we have the records building there up on the left. Week 2, Rutgers, Boston College. Pretty decent team, let's say, but I'm going to go with Rutgers winning this one. That's a tough one, though. Wake Forest versus Purdue. Give me Wake. Indiana wins this one. Washington, dark horse to potentially make the playoffs. Wisconsin wins. I'm going to go with Minnesota beating the SEC, beating Mississippi State. Don't sleep on Jeff Lebby's team. They can score some points, but they don't play defense. BJ Fleck's a good coach. Michigan versus Oklahoma. Michigan, obviously Kyle Whittingham, one of the most underappreciated coaches in the country, with some pieces coming over with Underwood back, with that quarterback, second season in, running back room, great line of scrimmage football team. They want to bludgeon you at the line of scrimmage, but so does Brent Venable, and that Oklahoma team led the SEC in sacks last season. Mateer should be back to form, but I think the Michigan defense suffocates. Oklahoma won this one last season. This one is in Michigan. I got the Wolverines winning it. Duke versus Illinois. This was a fun game last season, but don't forget Darian Mentz is gone. Manny Diaz has to replace a lot of pieces. Barcade's gone. Darian Mentz is gone. Illinois wins it again. Penn State wins this one. USC wins this one. Oklahoma State Cowboys, new coach, bringing over the entire North Texas team. They're going to be slinging it, running the air raid all over the field, but obviously massive talent disparity. Ducks win. Nebraska wins. Iowa beats Iowa State. UConn's actually a dark horse, pretty good team. I'm going to go with an upset. Give me UConn. This might be a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going to go UConn pulling off the upset. UCLA wins. Michigan State wins. This one, Ohio State won last season. Texas, Manning, Sarkisian. Sarkisian has to get this win. Their SEC schedule is so tough. He can't afford to drop this out of conference game again, or he's going to be feeling the heat. Ohio State won last season. Going to Austin this year, I think the Longhorns take this one. Big Ten fans, don't trash me. You went 1-for-1 versus Big Ten SEC picks here. The two power conferences in college. Yes, there's 4 power conferences, but the 2 real stacked football conferences. Let's move on to week 3. Iowa wins. USC, they bludgeon Rutgers. They score practically every single possession. Oregon, Penn State, Notre Dame, Illinois, Washington, Nebraska. We're making some move. We are moving along quick. Michigan wins. Virginia Tech, James Franklin here. This is a completely all new piece to the team, completely transferring the team. But I like where Virginia Tech's going. Indiana, can they repeat? Potentially, we'll have to see. Wisconsin, Northwestern versus Colorado. I don't think Colorado's going anywhere. It's not going to happen. Northwestern wins. Minnesota, Ohio State, UCLA. Week 4, Notre Dame, Indiana, Nebraska versus Michigan State. Interesting one there. Give me Nebraska. Oregon versus USC. This game's going to be a shootout. Seeing the schedule stack up there, you have to at least win win 10 games in the Big Ten in order to have a shot to make the playoffs. USC, I think they could potentially make the playoffs. They need some things to go the way. This is a close game. Goes down to the fourth quarter. Goes down to the final drive. Dante Moore has the ball. They either get a touchdown, field goal. They score to win the game. Ducks win. Penn State wins. Iowa versus Michigan. This is going to be a tough game. Iowa, just the offense is so atrocious to watch. Their defense is so good. Special teams, so good. Michigan wins a very, very close one. We might have to revisit that one later. UCLA, Ohio State, Washington. Love Jet Fish in that team. Rutgers win this one. Week 5, Penn State, Ohio State. Keep your eye on Iowa. They might be upsetting someone's season this year. Illinois. Maryland wins. Michigan wins this one. They're having a good season so far. Michigan, where are we at on here? Yep, 5-0. Indiana, Washington versus USC. I think this game's going to potentially be a complete shootout. It's going to be a fun one. Don't forget Washington, the quarterback, went in the portal, came back to the top 20 defense last season, top 25 offense. I think USC wins a very close one, but Washington could potentially win it. Michigan State, Illinois. I think USC pulls off the upset versus Penn State. I love what Matt Campbell's doing. A lot of pieces come in. They have an extremely easy schedule. They can kind of sleepwalk their way to 10 wins if some things go their way because they avoid a lot of the Big Ten. But I think USC gets them here. Minnesota. This is why I hate having to do this. There's so many good teams in the Big Ten. Very deep conference. Iowa right now sitting at 3-2. Washington 4-1. I hate to do this to Washington. Give me Iowa. Northwestern, Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State. Maryland, Oregon, Washington, Indiana beat the Buckeyes last season. I think the Buckeyes beat Indiana. Indiana, by this point, has won like 20-something games straight. Buckeyes take this one. UCLA, Northwestern. It had to happen, didn't it? I'm going to go with the experience of the Michigan team. Still a lot more pieces there that are familiar with one another quarterback-wise than Penn State, bringing over an entire new team. Michigan wins this one. Close one, though. This is a 50-50 one. Could go either way. Indiana versus Michigan. Give me Indiana. Iowa wins. USC wins. UCLA. Northwestern. Oregon. Right now, see these teams at the top. There's still a lot of teams. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams potentially that could still make the playoffs in the Big Ten. I don't think that many can make it. It's just not possible. We'll have to see how things pan out. I did not pre-do this. This is my first time looking at this schedule. Indiana wins. Iowa wins. Oregon wins. Michigan wins. Penn State wins. Washington wins. UCLA wins. Illinois wins. Whoa, USC versus Ohio State. What a matchup. Talented teams going at it. Buckeyes win. but that's going to be USC's schedule is just unforgiving. They play everybody. Penn State versus Washington. Give me Washington getting back on top. Penn State's still going to have a very good year, though. Maryland, Illinois. Minnesota wins this one. Oregon versus Ohio State. I'm going to go Oregon getting the win here this time. This is a 50-51. Two of the best teams in the country, but Ducks take this one. Wisconsin finally gets a win. Iowa, Michigan. We're getting towards the tail of the season, week 11. Penn State get another win. Washington wins. Nebraska, Ohio State. USC, Indiana. People are going to hate me. I'm going to go Trojans beating Indiana, back-to-back losses for the Hoosiers, guys. There's no reason to panic. They'll be just fine. Don't worry. Iowa wins. Oregon versus Michigan. This is an extremely tough matchup, but I think the Ducks, they're going to win versus Michigan. Too many new pieces. Illinois. Maryland's 4-4. Wisconsin 3-6. Maryland. Wisconsin, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Indiana, Washington. The loser of this game gets knocked out of the playoff running. I think Indiana wins. Oregon, Minnesota, Iowa. Iowa doing their typical 9-3, at most 10-2 season. Week 13, Iowa right now. See where they're moving up on the board. 10-2. I might have to revisit that, but that's what it is right now. Michigan State, USC. Oregon's going to drop one at some place. They have to conceivably drop one, right? I'll have it happening here. Illinois, Indiana, Penn State. I have Ohio State beating Michigan. Fun game. Obviously, Ryan Day, he's gotten that pressure off his shoulder at this point. I miss games. That's not possible. Oregon 9-1. Where do we miss them at? Oh, we already went over this one. They beat Boise State. They beat Michigan. They're 11-1. Anyone else miss a game? So there it is. I have 5 Big Ten teams finishing with playoff caliber records. So it's going to end right here. Let me look at Indiana's schedule. Washington's on a 3. They're just outside of it. Iowa, how many ranked teams did they play? 1, 2. Just because Iowa has a pretty easy schedule as possible, they might be the one that gets left out of the playoffs. But either way, guys, that's it. That's our Big Ten schedule. Potentially 5 teams in the Big Ten being playoff caliber worthy. The conference championship would be Oregon versus Ohio State rematch. Crazy things happen in rematches. That's our Big Ten breakdown. Hit the like button, subscribe channel, drop a comment below. What are your thoughts? Who wins the Big Ten this year? Leave it in the comment section. I will respond to all the comments. If you want to support the channel, check out that pinned comment below. Thanks for watching.